Welcome to day 9 of the 21-day weight loss challenge. Today, I want to speak to you about integrating movement that goes beyond exercise. So many times when people are told you need to move in order to feel better and improve your health, many people go straight to formal exercise. They think about going to the gym or lifting weights at home, running, some type of structure or routine that causes a pause in your day, that you go and exercise, you do this thing, you check it off, and you come back. But what if we think about movement in a different way? What if we think about how we can incorporate different types of moving this body throughout the day that all adds up over time? So remember, movement in general will improve your cardiovascular health, and it strengthens your muscles. It'll boost your metabolism. It makes you feel better. So many small changes, for example, taking stairs, walking during phone calls, stretching during breaks, that can make a big difference. And what does that mean exactly? Well, there's actually a term for that, and it's called NEAT, N-E-A-T, or non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Fancy words for just basically meaning it refers to the calories burned through daily activities that aren't really restructured around exercise, sleeping, or eating. So NEAT includes a wide range of movements and activities that you can do throughout your day, such as, for example, like I mentioned, walking. This could be anything from walking to your car, strolling around the office, shopping, household chores, activities like cleaning, gardening, doing laundry, or even cooking. There's a really interesting story about a study that was done by Dr. Ellen Langer. Now, this is the mother of mindfulness, who I just actually recently interviewed about her book called The Mindful Body. So if you haven't read that, I'd encourage you to check it out and listen to that podcast. It was a great interview. Her study was about chambermaids, or maids who work in a hotel setting, and discussed with them what they thought their work was. They thought of it as work. They had categorized what they do on a daily basis as work, but not exercise. So many of them didn't exercise because they were physically exhausted by the time they went home and had the time to devote to a formal type of exercise. So what they did in this study was they actually spoke to them and gave them a different perspective, or made them more mindful that the activities that they actually did were exercise. I don't know if you've ever walked up and down stairs, made a bed, cleaned some floors, doing all sorts of things, cleaning the bathrooms. It's quite a workout, especially if it goes on for 2, 3, 4 hours. And these folks are doing this for probably a minimum of 8 hours. What was interesting is the control group, who were just, mentioned they maybe educated them on what exercise is, but didn't give them specifics to look at what they were doing on a daily basis as actual exercise. But then the intervention group, they said, what you're doing is exercise. So when you go to change the bed, it's like doing a deadlift or a squat or whatever that exercise was resembling in their work. And over time, I don't remember the exact specifics to this study, but what happened at the end, blood pressures improved, they lost weight, they were happier in the intervention group. So that's the cool piece here, is that we need to think about things we can do throughout the day that we wouldn't think of as exercise, actually counting towards that movement or exercise checkbox. But definitely check out her books, Dr. Ellen Langer. She said she'd be open to additional interviews as I dug deeper into more of her books and research. So be on the lookout for that. Another neat exercise, I hate the word exercise, movement that you could consider is fidgeting. I don't know about you, but I am always shaking my leg, moving my arms. I'm not one to sit still in a quiet setting, even such as a church setting, or you're sitting in an audience watching a play. I will be one of those ones, literally shaking the bed, shaking my foot up and down, or stretching or doing something. Little kids do this very well. Just watch a child for a little bit of time and you will see that they can't sit still. That's what we want to do. Well, maybe not disruptively, but move every day, and the smallest amount really counts. So again, it could be tapping your foot, playing with your hands, getting one of those little fidgety toys, maybe shifting in your chair, changing how you move in the chair. Maybe you can get one of those balls to sit on. When I was active duty in the Air Force, I actually bought one of those big Swiss balls, and I sat on that thing for 4 years as I was taking care of patients. Unless I was deployed overseas, that's what I did. And before you know it, others started getting balls and setting on them themselves. That's a great thing. One, it forces you to have composure and better posture and balance. It also keeps you from doing some weird type of movements that aren't so good for you. And you can also use it you can swing back, start doing some push, sit-ups. You can use it to stretch. Lots of good things there. So there you go. That's one idea. Another one is simply standing, right? So if we're standing instead of sitting, that also contributes to NEAT. And when you stand while talking on the phone or using a standing desk, that can be super helpful. And then there's your daily general activities, climbing stairs, carrying groceries, moving around the office. What else can you do to improve or increase your NEAT activities throughout the day? I'd love to hear ideas. So please comment below what you've done or would like to do to increase your NEAT throughout the day, because that really will make a big difference in one, your thermogenesis or burning of calories, your energy, your mood, and it's just better for you overall. So again, NEAT can vary significantly from person to person and really is based on lifestyle and the abilities of that person. But definitely want you to encourage you to consider doing more NEAT activities. So today's activity, let me get to that here, is really I'd like you to consider taking a step count challenge. Now, the challenge can be, I would love to see up to 10,000 steps, but of course not everyone is able or capable, or maybe 10,000 steps is like, that's easy. Shoot yourself for another 2,000 to 3,000 per day and see what happens. But there's a really easy way to do this. You can use your phone. Many times there's a step counter on that's free. You can buy a little Fitbit. You can get those others for like, $2 at the dollar store, some type of pedometer. So something that will measure your movement, that will count your steps on a day-to-day basis. Again, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. And that would be the step. Put in your goal, whatever that goal is, 10,000 steps, 5,000, 2,000. It doesn't matter. As long as it's more by, let's say, increase it by 50%. I'm just throwing out a number here, and see what happens. And then really plan your day. Think about how you can incorporate walking around more in your day. Is it taking a morning walk, an afternoon walk, an evening walk? Is it walking with your peers at work through lunch? Using stairs instead of elevators? Is it taking the dog out for 2 walks instead of 1? Many of your puppies will be proud and happy that you decide to do that. And then check your progress, right? So regularly check your app throughout the day, see where you're at, keeps you motivated, when you hit that goal. And then be creative. Again, look for ways you can add more steps if it doesn't include walking. Maybe it's jumping jacks. Maybe it's parking further away from the store front doors. Maybe you park a few steps down, you're going to get an extra 100 feet or something. Maybe it's dancing and while you're cleaning house. Again, it doesn't matter. However you can do to get in movement, it all counts. So then the writing exercise is really reflecting on physical activity. So after you've completed your day, just take a few minutes to jot down in your journal about a few things. Oh, by the way, there's the PDF. It's at drmarbus.com. Click on the more and scroll down to 21-day weight loss PDF, and you can download that for free. And today's prompts are a few different things. Remember, the whole point of having the journal aspect is this personal reflection and taking time out of our day to sit and think about things, reflect on where we are during our day, what we're doing. Is this what we want to be doing? It's just a really good habit to sit down and reflect. Is your life going the way you want it? So it's a whole nother topic for another day, is setting up an action plan for your life. But for this exercise, a few prompts that you might want to consider is your initial feelings, right? How did you feel about the challenge of reaching whatever your step goal was at the start of the day? Were you enthusiastic, doubtful, neutral? What was those feelings? During the activity, right? So what did you notice during your increased activity during the day? Did you enjoy the certain moments more than others? Were you thinking about, I'm going to reach my goal? Post-activity reflection, right? So how did you feel about completing the journey or the challenge? Did you notice any changes in your energy levels, your mood, or satisfaction? Motivational factors, right? So what motivated you to move throughout the day? Did checking the step count or your app work, or did that help, or did it make you more frustrated and less likely to? So maybe you can think around strategies to incorporate more movement outside of using an app. Again, there's no one solution for everyone, but these are just ideas for you. And then barriers to movement. Do you face any obstacles in trying to reach a particular step goal or movement goal? Did you overcome them? How much you might address them in the future? Because remember, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It's just the way it is. So if you have obstacles and you plan some potential navigating around them or avoiding them altogether, you are more likely to succeed. So I'd encourage you to consider that. All right. And then additionally, future integration. How can you encourage you to integrate more movement through your daily routine? Are there any times or activities that would consistently add more steps or movement through your day? So that was day 9 of our 21-day weight loss challenge. I hope you found that helpful. Again, check it out. I am super excited to see what you have to say. Make comments on how you're moving your body throughout the day. We'll be back tomorrow with day 10.